I get it.
Okay.
So
All
she
right.
kind of poisoned.
All right,
her
we're
mind.
live
We're
now.
live.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
All right.
okay. I'll start it off here. Okay. This is the Marion Township of Shelby County Board meeting, September 10th, 2025. In attendance is Doris Westerbeck, board member, Diana Rogerson, board member and secretary, and Marty Showers is joining us by Zoom since she's traveling with her RV. And so we're all here. And we've got the agenda in front of you. Oh, of course, I'm Amy McQueen, Marion Township trustee. Okay, first on the agenda,
Yes.
minutes of the last board meeting.
So the Marion Township Board meeting on July 8th, 2025. The Marion Township Board met with Marion Township trustee on July 8th, 2025 at 6:30 p.m. All board members were in attendance. There were no members of the public in attendance. The meeting was streamed on the Township YouTube channel. The board approved the February 11th, 2025 minutes. The board approved the Shelbyville fire contract for 2026. There being no further business to come before the board, the meeting was adjourned.
Well, would you like to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I make a motion to approve the minutes as read.
And I will second that.
Okay, well, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, and we've got a quorum, and Marty's on, mute, but she's hearing everything. Okay, what we've got first, in your packet in front of you is our capital improvement plan. We've been mandated by the state legislature to do this, and if we don't do it and submit the resolution by September 30th, we lose all funding for next year. So anyway, I've worked with my consultant, Gail Snyder, and ironed out some things. We're just setting aside money for capital improvement, which I think that we should do. And this plan is good for 3 years, but it needs to be renewed each year. Like next year, we'll have to renew it. But what their intention is that we, if unobligated funds, we discussed this at our last meeting, unobligated funds are subject to being set aside for road infrastructure for the county or city, 30% of our unobligated funds. So the legislature wants to wants us to make sure what we need, we keep.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had some people that have people buried in our cemeteries, or one lady in particular has called me, and then somebody else has called from, we've got 3 cemeteries. We've got the Blue River Chapel Cemetery. We've got the Gaines Cemetery, and then we've got Little Marion. They're really old cemeteries, and they need a lot of work. The headstones are falling in from weather, and there's I want to try to get somebody to come and help restore the headstones. So on like the most important page for you all to see, I think, is like the page 4, capital capital improvement plan expenditures is the top line of it, the title of it. Rehabilitation, headstone repairs, 25,000, because that's not cheap.
Right.
In fact, I probably have underestimated that. So I want to set aside from our funds that we have in our bank account, set aside that for our CIP, capital improvement plan. And then the next line item is cemetery driveway repairs, which we need to get gravel every now and then. And, that's not cheap. And there are 3 cemeteries. One doesn't even have a place to drive in. So I think we need to really contemplate getting the driveways repaired and with more stone and whatever. So I put 30,000 for that. The stone is not cheap, and the little Marion driveway is pretty long. The other one is tree removal and fence repair. We had a tree that just fell down at the little Blue River Chapel Cemetery, and it went across the road. The county cut it up, but we're going to have to get it removed. They just shoved it over into our side in our ditch.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's another tree that's about to fall down, and then some other trees. So all of the cemeteries really have some tree removal problems. And so I put 15,000 for that. So our capital improvement plan is $70,000 total that we want to set aside for those endeavors. So it just adjusts our ending cash balance. If you go back to page 1,
Mm-hmm.
because we are reserving those funds for capital improvements, then the amounts that are available for the road fund that we'll have to set up is $15,761. That's the 30% of what we have in our, unobligated funds. That 30% is that $15,761. So if you all agree that that's appropriate, I think that we should
So I
vote.
got a question, Amy.
Yes.
With giving the roads and funds 30% of it, how does that affect future, like the future trustee budget? Hang on, Carter, I gotta tell you next. Is it gonna have an effect on the future budget at all and what we do?
This is also new, Marty. It's kind of a work in progress. It may, but we've got money, and then we still get money coming in, and we're going to discuss the budget here in a minute and what our budget is, and we'll go over that. And I sent you those documents. There's no tax increases for our taxpayers. Now, we'll get into the budget in a minute, but no, I don't think that this hurts our annual budget. And I think that's what your question was. It doesn't hurt.
Sounds good, yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is the first year we've done this,
Yes.
right? This is all new.
It is a real work in progress. A lot of trustees don't even know. They probably won't even file this, but we have to do, if y'all approve this, we've got a resolution that 2 board members have to sign, because that's a quorum. And this needs to be filed with the DLGF. We're going to do it today or tomorrow. But if we don't file it by the end of September, then townships that don't do this, they don't get any money next year.
Mm.
So that's one way of the legislature trying to pare down the amount of townships, I guess, because some of them don't do what they're supposed to do. Some don't follow the rules like we do. So I think the ones that might be in distress or something might be forced to merge. But anyway, we're doing our plan, and I think it's a good plan. It won't affect us for, next year, and we can get some quotes on doing these improvements, next year. So if anyone wants to make a motion to approve that capital improvement plan, I have the resolution here. I'll read it real quick. Resolution of the Marion Township Advisory Board, Shelby County, Indiana, Capital Improvement Plan Adoption Resolution. Whereas a public hearing held on the 10th day of September 2025 included the adoption of a capital improvement plan as required by Indiana Code 36-6-9, and whereas the Marion Township Board reviewed and approved said capital improvement plan, now therefore it be resolved that the Marion Township Board of the Shelby County, Indiana hereby adopts the capital improvement plan as presented. Be it further resolved that this resolution is adopted by the following vote of the members of the Township Board on this, the 10th day of September 2025. And we need signatures of 2 board members. She's in Peoria, attending by Zoom or face or whatever. So if we have a motion to approve the resolution and a second, then we can move on to the budget part of the agenda.
I'll make the motion to approve the resolution.
And I second.
Okay. All right, well, great. Why don't we just go ahead and sign that then? Do you want this blue pen? Oh, yeah, there you go.
Somebody's blue pen.
Okay, and then I'll sign as the other person. Okay, I'm moving on to the budget. Okay. What you have in front of you is last year's 2025, if you wanted to look at that. And then this year's 2026. You'll see 2025 at the top, I think, on the first 2 pages, that first one. And then the second one is 2026, our proposed budget.
No increase in taxes.
Right, no increase in taxes. There is statewide an automatic 4% increase for every unit. We don't control that. That's automatic statewide. I don't know why. But the tax levy of 4% increase. But we're not doing it because we've got money in our checking account to take care of these expenses. And okay. I'll go over the 2026 one, and I'll just point out what's different. The top 3 lines are the same. Our salaries are the same. Computer ledger program, the 4th item, that's the same. Record books, $100, that's the same as last year. Stationery and office supplies. Last year we accidentally said 0 because accidentally put, Gail, our consultant, accidentally left that off. But anyway, we had money in the total general fund to take care of paper and ink, whatever. So it didn't really matter. But this year I have put that as a line item, $500. The ink and the paper and the office supplies, well, I guess that's stamps, envelopes. So that's fine. Legal services, it was 0 last year, just because we never used a lawyer, and I thought, well, it had been $250 a year, but I said, well, let's just do 0. But this year, because of everything that's coming down the pike with the legislature and stuff, I did put $1,000 for legal services in case we need it. At least it's at least it's there. Next thing after that is other than office supplies, that's still 200. Official bond, it's always been 310, but I increased it to 400 just in case that insurance bond goes up. Me, I'm bonded. Other insurance, that's like liability insurance if somebody slips and falls on the cemeteries. It's always been it's been $550 or $600 a year. I had it budgeted at $750 a year, but I went ahead and just put $850 in case they increase it. Then repairs and maintenance, I had 200. I put 400. My computer is running really, really slow, and I need to take it in and see what's wrong. But I won't do it until 2026. Office rent, that stays the same. That's paying me rent for this office to use. Office telephone, I've kept that at $1,500. Budget ledger and annual report, that's for our consultant that assists me. It's at $1,700 last year. I put it kept it the same. Don't really spend that much, but it's just there in case I need it. And especially with everything that's going on with the legislature and all these new demands like CIPs and stuff. Care of cemeteries, I increased that to $10,000 from $9,000. Examination of records, it was at $400, but I increased that to $1,500 because I think they do an audit every 4 years, and the last time I had an audit was in 2022. So I think they may audit me again in 2026. And last time it was about $1,100 that we have to pay for the State Board of Accounts to audit me. Which, I mean, everything was fine. The audit came out fine. But there was a lot of paperwork and stuff I had to find from the previous trustee, because she had the first 2 years of that audit time period. Anyway, so I increased that just to make sure we had the money for that budgeted. Next page, $400 for the Indiana Trustee Association. I put $225. I increased that to $400 because I don't know if they will go up, but just in case they do. Monthly financial assistance, $500. I really don't have monthly very often, but it's there in case I need it. I do the financials myself on the Tom's Web program, but sometimes I need to call and get some help. Travel was $250 last year. This year I put $500 for 2026. I put $500. I might have a state called meeting that's mandatory. At least it's there if I need it. Let's see. Oh, the third line on the second page, the Shelbyville fire contract increase. We did not have that line last year, but I put it here under our general fund, which is what we're going through right now. That increased payment that they asked for, $21,581. I put it in the general fund. Okay. Just to make sure we have it. But I've also put it in the fire fund. We'll get to that in a second. But our consultant, Gail Snyder, advised doing it in both places. to make sure we had it. Oh, wait. Oh, okay. So our total general fund is $61,101, and it's that much more because we added legal fee, we increased, office supplies a little bit, we increased a little bit insurance, and then the fire fund, we put that there. So that's $61,101. So we've got money in our checking account to satisfy that. Next item is the township assistance. I'll just kind of skip through. It's, if I need record books, which I might or might not, stationery and office supplies, $100, might not. $1,500 for medical, I kept that the same. $5,000 for direct relief, kept that the same. So last year it was $6,700. This year it'll be $6,700. We don't have a whole lot of public assistance requests because Marion Township is not a real poor, township. Addison Township, city center, they get a lot more requests than we do. Next would be the fire and EMS. You can see that last year we were at $30,333, and that took care of our contractual payment for Morristown, $4,400 a year, and then City of Shelbyville was $21,581. But now I put that additional $21,581 in our fire fund. So fire fund's gone from $30,333 to $51,915. There's some rule that fire funds might not be available to be increased more than 5% a year or something like that. So that's why we put it in the general fund and in the fire fund. Because when we submit this to the Department of Local Government, if they don't approve the total for the fire fund, then at least we've got it in our general fund. So that's why it's there. So, okay, that is the budget that we are analyzing and thinking to hopefully ratify at our next meeting, September 30th. We don't need to vote on it tonight. We won't vote on it until September 30. So we can discuss if y'all need to. Or any questions? I think it's correct. I sent all these to Marty, so she has them.
It's pretty much.
Yeah, I think you sent them to me, didn't you, Amy?
Yeah.
No, send that to me.
I did. I emailed them to you.
Yeah, I got them.
Yeah, you got them all.
That's what I thought.
So, but we won't.
I will be in town on the 30th.
Oh, you will?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay.
So I'll be available.
Okay, good. Well then, we'll see you then for our live stream. And yeah, okay, great. And then on the 30th, when we do finalize the budget to submit for approval, we'll have some forms to sign at that time. And another thing that I didn't send Marty, but you've got it in your packet in front of you, Diana and Doris, was just the public notice. Maybe Marty can see this. The notice to taxpayers that we did upload to Gateway about our meeting for budget today, and then the one on the 30th. So that's just, FYI. All right, so open discussion or any questions about the budget? I think it's pretty cut and dry.
Pretty much very consistent from year to year, except for a few things we had to add, but.
Yeah, there's
Fire.
yeah. And, we, of course, need fire and kind of thought about some other options we might have available, but Shelbyville Fire Department is our go-to.
Yeah.
And keep them happy, I guess. But anyway, we already approved that. And it is a 2-year contract.
Oh, okay.
Even though I ran into Scott, open discussion, I ran into Scott Ferguson at Cagney's, and he was talking to me about, well, we need to go to a fire territory, and we're going to do it next year, and I don't know why you're against it or something like that. And I said, well, it's my board, and then the other boards. I don't think you had any township board that was in favor of it. And so anyway, he was okay, And so anyway, I was worried after that my offer of 2-year contract, I was worried that it wouldn't go through at the Board of Public Works meeting. But I checked. They had the Board of Public Works met and approved it when they met July 21st or whenever that was, after, we agreed, and I drew it up and made it, and Doug Luce was, yes, we'll do 2 years. So anyway, I was kind of like, oh no, I hope they do the 2-year, we don't want to go back. But anyway, they got approved. So we're good for 2 more years on that.
That's good.
Okay, does anybody want to discuss anything else?
I think we're good.
All right.
To
Well,
our next meeting.
our next meeting, September 30th,
30.
here at the township office at 6:30 p.m. And Marty will be in the house.
Yes. Okay. Great.
Okay. All right, well, do we need a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Okay.
I will second.
Well, all right. Okay. All right, great. Well, thank you. And thank you for all the public that's watching this.
How many viewers?
Do you think
Any viewers? So they go back and view it later?
I don't think anyone. Although the microphone here is very sensitive, but I don't think many people watch it. I think out of the last one we did had 6 views. I was
I think
probably
it was us.
yeah, I think I was 2 of them.
It was us.
And maybe our team.
Do you know how many actually watch it? Does it?
It doesn't say
It does
who, but it shows
Yeah,
how
show.
many.
Oh,
It shows
okay.
Anyway, the public is totally invited to watch, and we
Okay.
appreciate having public input.
Right. Okay.
Well, all righty.
Well,
I'm
wanna
gonna scoot
get
over
on
here
that.
and turn this off.
Okay. I want to go home and find out if they caught this guy.
I know, and I'm going to wait.
His family.
Oh,
And
yeah, it's so young. So young.
Oh,
It's sensitive.
beautiful.
Totally sensitive.
in
They
stream.
didn't show all the pictures that they showed the children's back, didn't show their children's.
No, that's good.
But of course shows us why.
Ending it?
No, I don't know what's wrong. End stream.
That's what I was going to say.